A pretext is a purpose or a motive alleged or an appearance assumed in order to cloak the real intention or state of affairs.
Initial access. OMI is trying to get into your network.
Listen, this is your manager, and I'm trying to send off an email. I got this document. Need you to confirm a few details. So go ahead and log in and tell me what you think. I need this now, so to make this convenient, here is the link. I'm a threat actor, fishing mark for email is urgent to distract you with it. So how fast you clicked it when you submitted the form with your password in it. You probably couldn't tell there was an actual difference in the URL. The domains look alike though, and to you it looks fine though. Well, mine had typos and make it look like yours. See, I was in the mood today to make your account a communal space, but then you activated your trap card, and I saw you had 2FA, but I just shrugged. I'ma shake it off. Got on kid gloves, I'ma take them off. Got your phone number, I'ma make a call. I'ma break this wall, it just makes me lol. I'm moving quick, I'm on a mission. Yeah, I heard your network is lit. I'm trying to get in. Yeah, I'm trying to get me a hit. When I go fishing. Yeah, you probably think it's legit. I got you clicking. Yeah. Hello. Hi. I'm calling you from the IT department. We have been under attack by some hackers, and we think that your account might be a target.
Oh no, how do I fix this?
No need to worry, I wrote up a ticket. You'll get a notification from your authenticator app, so please pass me them digits.
1 sec.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The code is 112345.
Thank you. You fell for the lie, so I hung up the phone without saying goodbye. Cutting it short like a crew cut. Probably think it won't happen to you, but it happened to Uber. They say you win some, you lose some. Boys got a smooth touch hacking you too, bruh. You know how I be creeping and I'm logging in your VP, and it probably looks anomalous. Some logs if you be keeping them, and probably unaware about the shares that have been peeping. And the reason I'll be seeking them, I'm looking for an easy win. You probably thought it was a magic trick, and you're mad you clicked. I'ma stack my chips and bet that a DA password is sitting in an admin script. I'm moving quick, I'm on a mission. Yeah, I heard your network is lit. I'm trying to get in. Yeah, I'm trying to get me a hit. When I go fishing. Yeah, you probably think it's legit. I got you clicking. I'm moving quick, I'm on a mission. Yeah, I heard your network is lit. I'm trying to get in. Yeah, I'm trying to get me a hit. When I go fishing. Yeah, you probably think it's legit. I got you clicking.
Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to today's session. 1 minute. Let's get the background away from the screen first of all. So, hi, Kenny. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm good. How are you doing?
Yeah, doing okay. Also, busy times as always in tech in IT. Lots of course updates around like AI on Azure recently. Lots of updates around just AI in general, just like the different companies and the competition going on between them. So yeah, trying to keep up with all of them is hard work. Anyways, so I think what I will do today is Kenny is going to be taking us through the session today. So I'll hand over to Kenny, and she'll share her screen, and then she'll just walk us through a session on leveraging Azure AI Foundry for a specific use case that's of interest to her. So yeah, Kenny, what are we going to be discussing today? What are we going to be covering today?
Okay. Today, we're meant to have had this session before, so I sincerely apologize for that. Yeah. So I'm going to be showing how to build a RAG-based Data Analyst Agent with Azure AI Foundry.
Nice. Sounds interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll just give a quick rundown on that before I show it practically. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so like the essence of this agent, it is basically designed to make data analysis faster and more accessible, even especially for a non-technical audience. Yeah. So what this does is that we have LLMs, that's the models or large language models, which are powerful. They are able to understand questions that are written in natural language. They're able to generate human-like responses. But when it comes to real-world data analysis, there are some challenges that LLMs face. Two major challenge. The first is access. So by default, these models, like, they don't know anything about like a private data set, things like customers records, financial reports, sales logs. Like, LLMs are trained on data, and they are limited by the data that they've been trained on. So that's the first challenge that models have. Then second is that of reliability. So even when they're able to generate an answer, the answer is not always grounded in real data, in actual data. And LLMs have the ability to hallucinate. That is, they are able to confidently give an answer that sounds right but has no factual basis, or they are not grounded in real data. So that's one another challenge that LLMs faced here. And for data analysis and for business use cases, that is usually a very, very big problem. And to solve this is we have RAG, retrieval augmented generation. So I'm going to break it down.
Nice.
So RAG is basically a technique that connects a model to a reliable data source. So instead of the model relying on the data it has been trained on, RAG will first retrieve the most relevant information from your data source, and then use that information to generate an accurate answer grounded in your data, instead of just hallucinating or just generating a random answer that is incorrect. Yeah. So in today's demo, the RAG part of the AI agents are going to be creating is going to be handled by file search. I'm going to be showing other options that are available, but today we're going to be using file search in Azure AI Foundry. And this is how it happens. Like, when we upload files like structured data sets, like we have Excel files, we have CSV files, or unstructured data sets like maybe your reports in a PDF file. File search will first process them and break them into smaller, meaningful chunks. Then these chunks are then stored in a vector
Yeah. Yeah.
store, which makes it easy for them to search through and retrieve the pieces of information that is needed. So when you then ask a question, file search will then go into that store, then pull out that part of information that you need so that the model has the right context. Yeah.
Are you sharing your screen, by the way? Okay.
So once I'll share it in a minute.
Oh,
I'm just giving a
oh,
quick
got it,
rundown
got
then.
it. Yeah, I just yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to confirm. Yeah, nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next step is the retrieval step, or the generation step rather. So after file search provides that relevant information, the model then uses the context to generate a response. So in order to like extend the capability, we're going to be integrating the code interpreter into this. So what the code interpreter does is that it allows the agent to actually work with the data, not just talk with it. So it means that it can run Python codes behind the scenes, it can perform computations like aggregations or correlations or statistical analysis. It is also able to generate charts, it's able to generate tables and graphs, and these are very essential in data analysis. So when I ask a question, for example, file search will retrieve that relevant data from the uploaded files. Then the model will interpret the question and the retrieved data. The code interpreter will then run the calculations or whatever I want it to do. Then the agent will now respond with an answer that includes both maybe an explanation and, if needed, probably a bar chart or whatever you want. Yeah. So okay, I'll be sharing my screen in a minute to actually show how that works.
Nice. This all sounds like it's quite interesting. So you're saying that Now, as part of like what's available to us in Azure AI Foundry, we can implement all of this workflow that you just described to us.
Yes.
Nice.
Can you confirm if you can see my screen?
So let's see. Just waiting for that to show up. By the way, it looks like it's a very interesting situation going on, Kenny, because it looks as if it's my own system that's now
Mm.
freezing now. So let me see. So okay, like my system just completely froze. But let me just check, and then I'll let you know whether it's going live now. So let's check.
Okay.
And let's check. Hi, Kenny. So I think that we can see your screen now. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I'm within the Azure AI Foundry portal. Yeah, so I'm going to just give a quick rundown of this. Yeah. So 1 second. Yeah. Okay, so when you log into Azure AI Foundry, like this is the page that you come across first. Then you create a new to create an agent. You just come here. We already have videos from previous sessions that has given a rundown of this already. So I'm just going to just briefly run through this. Yeah. So I've created my project. So I'm not going to be doing that again. Yeah. So this is the project I want to use today. Yes. Like I said, we'll be creating a data analyst agent. And the first thing we need to create an agent is a model, which I've already deployed a model here. So to deploy, if I want to like deploy another model, I just basically come here. Then from base model, I'm just going to give that time to load. Yes. So if I was to deploy another model, I'll select any from here, but I already have a model deployed already, so I'll not be doing that again. Yeah. So the agent's name is a data analyst agent. Then the second thing we need to create an agent is instructions. So I already gave my agent instructions. So here it says you are a data analyst agent who helps users to analyze business performance. You can search company documents and run calculations and generate visuals. Always ground your answers in the provided documents. Yeah. Yeah. So um to ground my agent in a document or a data, basically just come here to knowledge. Yeah. So there are different options here. We have the file search, Azure AI search, Microsoft Fabric, SharePoint, and co. But like I mentioned, I'm going to be using file search, which I already enabled here. So you just select the one that you want to use. Then typically to show an OK here, but I already chose one, so I'm not going to be using another. So that's for file search. Then for actions, like I said, we're going to be using the code interpreter. So to add actions, basically come here. Then these are the options available. Then you decide to use custom function or Azure function. I already enabled my code interpreter, which we'll be using today. So I'm not going to be adding that to as well. I already added that. Yeah. So that's all for this. Then I want to test my agents in Playground. So now I'm going to be asking the agent questions that I gave to it. It is using a sales data set, a sales report rather. Yeah. Let me see if I can share my screen and show that quickly.
Nice. Man, that is looking very interesting, Kenny. And while Kenny's bringing that up for the audience, if you have any questions, um, please feel free to put them in the chat window, and I'll refer the questions to Kenny at the end. So please feel free to put your questions in the chat window. Thank you very much.
Can you please confirm you can see my screen?
Yes, you can see it. We can see the company
Yes.
sales
Okay.
and customer insight reports.
Yes, yes. So this is the data I grounded my agents in. So I'm going to be asking the agents questions based on what we have here, because that's the advantage of RAG. I'm able to ground my agents in my own data sets and generate insight from it, even without having to go through the stress of um analyzing the data set or anything. So I already have this here. So I'll be going back to the Azure AI Foundry portal quickly. Yeah. Can you confirm you can please see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen now. I can back to
Oh,
Azure AI
okay.
Foundry.
Okay. Yeah, so I want to test if my agent is actually working and able to generate responses based on the data the data I gave to it. Yeah, it's working. So from the data, I have some questions I'm going to be using. So yeah, it says which region has the highest revenue. You can see here that the response that is giving is showing the reports data I gave to it. Yeah. So yeah, it says the region with the highest revenue is North America, recording 3,200,000 in revenue for Q2 of 2025. And from here we can see like a rundown of the data I gave to it. This is just like a rundown of it's showing here. So I'm going to ask it on that question, then show us um the data again to see whether it's actually accurate or not. Yeah. So yeah, it says which product category is the top seller in Europe. Let's see what it gives us. Yeah, I said the top selling category in Europe is apparel. And from here, yes, we can see here that Europe has. Okay, I will just open the data later on. Let's ask it some few questions again, then we'll switch back to our data. Yeah. So the region with the lowest revenue. Let's see it. Here it says the region with the lowest revenue is Africa with $950,000 in Q2 of 2025. So the advantage of these data analyst agents is that a non-technical user is able to ask questions in natural language even without having to have knowledge of Excel, Power BI, Python, or whatever tools. So they're able to like extract insights from data without having to go through the stress of data cleaning or whatsoever. Like it will extract these data analyst agents will extract the portion of the answer that you want based on that data. So someone that does not have any knowledge of all these tools is able to actually um use these AI agents to derive insights basically. So that's one advantage of this agent. Yeah. So this AI agent too is also able to create charts, able to create tables based on whatever question I want it to answer. So long as it's able to answer it with the knowledge I have grounded it with. Yeah. So I think that's it for me
And this is
today.
really really
Yeah.
powerful, Kenny. I'm guessing like one of the advantages of something like this that you've implemented in Azure AI Foundry is now we can extend it into other parts of the business workflow, like maybe ability to use maybe even additional tools. Maybe to take data that's
Yes.
extra insights that's extracted from this one, and then maybe if we give the agent another tool, it can then use that additional tool to even do other things as part of the business workflow.
Yes, exactly.
That is
Yes.
super, super powerful. So the other question that I have is like now that the agent is here, like what is there anything else that we can? I mean, this is really, really interesting stuff. Anything else that we can do? So once the agent is ready, what can we do with this now? Can we publish it somewhere for people to be able to use?
Yes, that's just basically us extending the capability. But this one now is just right here within Azure AI Foundry. It's just like a simple data analyst tool that someone that has no knowledge of um data analysis, because usually the end users of data analysis are not technical
Mm,
people. So with natural language, the advantage of this is that they're able to ask question in plain in
mm,
English without no technical terms, without having to code
mm,
anything. Yeah, so that's what this agent
mm.
does.
Nice. And I'm also guessing like from what is going on here, if there's any issues, there are ways for you to also be able to let's say review or troubleshoot what went wrong or what the model or the agent itself is trying to do. In case there's some issue, maybe we ask it a question and it doesn't respond maybe in a way that we expect, we can investigate that and see, oh, what was it doing that made it answer this way? Is that something that's possible also, I'm guessing?
Hmm. Can you please come
Oh,
again?
so sorry. So I was asking, like, so in case, like, let's say the agent, in case we need to investigate how the agent is arriving at these answers, is that something that we can do? Like, let's say in the case of, like, let's say the thread logs
Yes.
that you have there, for example, that I can see the thread logs.
Yes, yes, definitely. So definitely
So I saw thread logs earlier. Yeah, exactly. So I was thinking that one.
yes, 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 yes. You can see from here when I gave it hello,
Mm.
then the first question I asked it which region answer had the highest revenue. Like this is the flow of how my communication with the agent went. Yeah.
That's powerful. And I guess it like so you got the input and output there. You've got the metadata, which I guess gives additional information.
Yes.
And yeah, which gives additional information in terms of whether something succeeded, it failed, what was it trying to contact,
Yeah.
and all the details of
Yeah.
what's all the activities of what was going on.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because I'm guessing
Yeah.
also
So
because in terms of like from a data analysis perspective, this is like stuff. But then if we take that further, we now start doing things like, let's say, making changes to certain data sets. So this allows us to be able to track exactly what happened with these agents in the past.
yes. Yes. Yes.
Wow, this is super super interesting, and thanks very much for sharing this with us, Kenny. It's really really interesting thing to see that we have this agent capabilities in Azure AI Foundry, but it's not just limited to like a few like use cases, like maybe with infrastructure, with security, or with other stuff. The capabilities extend all the way to data, all the way to data analysis and data transformations and other types of data use
Yes.
cases.
Yes. Yes. But one major disadvantage with file search I'll mention is that there is a limit to the size of file that it takes.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So that's when we have other options of using probably Azure AI search or
I see.
other tools that are available. Yes, and there are also some what's it called? There are some files type that it doesn't take.
Yeah, I see.
So it takes text files, takes CSV, and but there are some that you're not able to use with this. So that's why we have other options of other tools.
Nice. That's interesting to know. Nice. Okay, so thanks very much for that, Kenny. That was really, really informative and very, very insightful. So I'm glad that we're finally able to do this session. So again, it's been really, really helpful. So, ladies and gentlemen, so that will be it for today. So I hope you got some very useful information. I definitely got like some useful information from this. So yeah, and so we'll stop there for today, and then we'll see you again in next 2 weeks. I'll carry on like in the next 2 weeks. I think we're going to be looking at some other additional aspects of integration with Azure AI Foundry, maybe doing things like with MCP, for example. How do we integrate with MCP with Azure MCP part services into Azure AI Foundry? So we'll look at some of those in the next 2 weeks. But hope out till then. Have a lovely rest of the morning, evening, afternoon, and Kenny and I will see you in the next 2 weeks. Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Bye.